Hello, students. I hope all of you are well. Our today's discussion is on the third part of the first question in March 2025 session. I've already recorded two uh, sessions before this in which I explained question number one, part A, as well as part B. So I would highly recommend that you first watch those two videos before coming to attend this one. This part is about preparing a slide as well as notes in which the CEO would recommend to the board of trustees about the qualities of the leadership that are required. So, in general, it could be a generic answer, but that's not what we require. In SBL, we have to focus on the context-based answer. So, what we are going to do in this session is to plan the strategic response, and you will learn step by step method to plan and formulate your answer. I'll guide you on each and every step. Then you will have to apply the examiner expectation. So when you go through this instruction that I'm going to give you, you would know that what does the examiner want. And finally, when you have covered all this, you will have the confidence in structuring your answer under the time pressure, which is a very important area to be noted. Okay, now with the background, historic places, it's a charity organization which is working in the country of Rhodesia. Your job in this exam is that of a senior consultant, and your responses are managed accordingly as an outside neutral third party. In this question, you are required to. This is the question 1C. The CEO would like you to assist her in preparing presentation for the executive directors about how leadership by the executive board can help in promoting her program of challenges. The specific task is that you have to prepare only one slide. This is very important. Usually when we are studying during lectures, usually it is the 3 slides option, but that is not necessary. So you have to focus on this. Do not miss out on this opportunity, because you see, the paper is planned, the time is planned according to the requirement. If you just superfluously read through it and you do not pick on this point, you will be considering that because you have been practicing 3 slides, now again 3 slides are needed, and you will be wasting your time. And you will have to, and usually this is the pattern, you don't just have to give the slide, there is a requirement of the notes as well, supporting notes for the CEO. This is the your audience, your target recipient, and his recipient will be the executive directors, which advise on qualities of leadership they need to. This is the core content that we have to focus. They need to show in order to introduce her proposed program of changes. So you already need to know what are the proposed program of changes which are available in the other exhibits. I'll touch upon that as well. So your recipient is the CEO, whose recipient are the executive directors, meaning she has to present it to the HP's executive directors. What is the purpose of this presentation that she will present to the executive directors is to advise on quality of leadership, of the qualities of leadership that the executive board needs to demonstrate to successfully introduce the proposed changes of program. What are the changes? This is linked. This is all the contextual detail that you need to have. CEO's proposed changes are maximizing income, generating more fund for property upkeep of the areas that are to be maintained, which is we have understood that is a vital part for this charity organization to keep the areas alive or sort of preserved as they are part of the heritage. Achieving greater value for money, being a not-for-profit organization. Special exhibitions, charging fee. These are the plans or changes she wants to bring in to generate more money or value for money. Activities for employees guided towards e-commerce investment, increased visibility in the community. Her concerns, what are the concerns that you need to understand as well? CEO anticipates issues with employees and volunteers, adapting resources needed, and leading the change. These are the 3 areas she is concerned about, that how would the employees and volunteer react, or how will they adapt these changes? What resources will be needed for these, and leading the change, the qualities that are required for the uh, directors to possess or exhibit in order to ensure that change. So, your advice should address these implicit changes, meaning whatever qualities you are going to refer have to be focused on how those will help in bringing these changes. So, okay. So, when we formulate our answer, it will be obviously in two parts. One will be that of the slide, and other will be the supporting notes. What you need to do to, when you are preparing a framework of your answer, think about 4 to 5 distinct qualities that are crucial for leading the organizational change, especially in a charity context, because this is a not-for-profit organization. The suggested answer could include, these are the ideas. Obviously, when we are guiding you on this, these are to the best of our experience. Maybe there is another point in your mind. It is perfectly all right if you can come up with some other point. So strategic focus, communication, persuasiveness, empathy, adaptability, all of these qualities are required in the leadership to bring the change. Each quality should be relevant to the specific challenges HP faces. Okay, now how do we do that? For each quality, link it directly to the specified HP situation and the proposed changes. Generic statement must always be avoided. The pattern, the key to succeeding in SBL is to train your mind to think of relating your answer, the theory, the frameworks, the models, to the relevant situation in the given case study. For example, if you say communication, explain what needs to be communicated. For example, the strategy, benefits of the mission, threats to the sites, to whom are to be communicated: employees, volunteers, supporters, trustees, etc. Who is the audience of that? When we say empathy, consider whose concerns are we talking about. Employees will have concern because of change is always resisted, so they would have different type of concerns. There will be the fear of unknown will be there. So how can we consider empathy to be a dealing tactic for this, and what those concerns might be? Being taken from key roles, charging for free services, all of these could be the concerns that different stakeholders may have. For adaptability, think about the wider environment, for example, e-commerce that we are going to bring the change to, and the need to adjust plans based on feedback and effectiveness. So this is your overall framework with which you can formulate the answer. So now, what should be included in that required format? Number one, the slide itself. The slide should be formulated. You will have to give a clear title, a concise title for your site: Executive Board Leadership for Change. Imagine that the CEO will be making the presentation to the board, and how will she do that? What will be the, now from the board point of view, executives are sitting and they are watching at the projector or the screen. What will they be seeing? It should give a concise idea of what is to be expected in that presentation. Your bullet points should be it will be a bullet point because you're talking about the slide itself. A very concise approach, 4 to 5 leadership qualities you have identified, as brief as possible. You can write a phrase, you can write single sentences. For example, strategic focus, effective communication, persuasiveness, empathy, adaptability. Here in this slide, conciseness is the key. The more you concise, and this is the way a slide should work. When we are in the lecture presenting it, it is a different format. Therefore, you see a little bit more explanation, because as students, for you to be students, we think that it is a better way. But when you are actually making a presentation, you have to speak more, and there has to be only the bullet points over there. So professionally, that is the basic pattern for that. But where is the details then? Your answer basically is this: slides, yes, but that is only giving the bullet points. The content or the technical marks that you are going to get, more of the weightage is given in the notes. So you will have to start with a brief introductory statement as if the CEO were addressing the executive directors. You will elaborate on each part, like heading, these are the notes part. heading and then details of that, and link the points uh, to the main context. For each leadership quality listed on the slide, write a paragraph. And here flow is important, and you have to make sure that the bullet points that you have mentioned, the slide notes also follow the same pattern. You have to elaborate. Now, what is the exact? These three are the key points for you. Explain why. Number one, clearly explain why each quality is essential for successful implementation of HP's change. Not a general discussion that this is a leader should be a good leader, he should be able to inspire people. No, that is not required. See, inspiration is not listed here. Yes, inspiration is needed, but in this case, we are bringing a change. For this, we have to be very specific. You have to give the contextual detail. Integrate specific details from case study to support your answers. Refer to HP's mission, the need for funds for property upkeep, enhancing visitor experience, employer volunteer concern, and the importance of e-commerce. And you have to maintain the flow of the presentation. When you are writing notes, write the notes in a conversational, professional tone, because you see, it is for the CEO to give description or explain to the directors. Obviously, she's not going to read these to them, but these have to be very, very detailed in comparison with the slide, so that she knows what is to be told to them. Also, and a logical flow has to be there from one point to the next. Don't abruptly change the topic. Okay, now I'm going to take you through the answer on the basis of the explanation and the description I just gave you. The idea is that you will go through it. I'll just give you the bullet points, and then I'll give you the detail of the answers. You can pause the video in between, read through all of this, and you will see how the details are linked with the suggestions I gave you. So in the beginning, you will have the leadership slide, these 5 points: clear strategic direction, effective stakeholder communication, inspiring persuasion, demonstrating empathy, flexibility. So you give the title and you give those bullet points. Okay, this is the start. First 3 points are here, next 2 points on the next portion. You can pause the video, go through all of these, check out how each of the point is linked to the context of HP. This is the second slide. So these are the final tips. Time management, very important area. That's why I told you to be mindful of how many slides are needed. Allocate time effectively between drafting the slide and writing the detailed notes. Notes are where you earn the majority of the contextual marks. For time management, I'll recommend you to visit a Hamzah Academy website and check out the time management for SBL video that I have already prepared. It will give you a complete guideline on how you can plan your time and how you should apply that time management during your paper. A very, very crucial point of time management during the SBL paper. Then you have to leverage the case study details, integrate specific information about HP's mission and the proposed changes directly into your explanation with the speaker notes. You have to balance conciseness. Slides are to be concise. You have to balance it with the detail in the notes. As I said, majority of the marks are there in the notes. The slide is a high level summary, only the bullet points, and then details are there. Meaning that if the examiner only looks at the slide, he will not get your answer, what you want to say. So what you have to explain along with the integrated contextual context, you have to give it in the slide. Ultimately, for every question, you have to have some time to proofread. Check for grammatical errors, typos, unclear phrasing in both. Now, when you are proofreading, consider you are the examiner, or consider yourself to be the examiner. What would you think if somebody has written this and you are to examine it? So there should not be any grammatical errors, the punctuation, typos, any unclear phrasing. See if you have abruptly ended an answer. So critically evaluate your answer when you are proofreading at the end. So I hope this session was a helpful one for you. Until next time, take care and goodbye.